So what's my point? My point is that whenever a generation enters the workforce or the marketplace, we assign the same negative labels to describe that generation. Oh my, I think I hear my dad. Jeez, oh, peace.
I have to make a comment here.
Oh, big surprise.
You know, generations are different. You were different. Different than at least me.
Thank goodness.
I remember when Meagan was 16 years old, she got her driver's license. She came to me and she said, Dad,
I hate this story.
I'd like to have a sports car. Now, I said, well, you can drive our old Buick anytime you want.
Oh, please.
And she says, that's boring. I want a sports car. And I said, well, okay, how are you going to pay for it? And she said, I kind of thought you would.
Makes sense to me.
Well, I said, no, that's not the way I was raised, and that's not the way I'm going to raise you. So if you want a sports car, you get a job and you figure out how to buy it. I wanted to help her. Well, McDonald's was hiring right down the street, and they had a big help wanted sign. And so I came home all excited. I said, Meagan, McDonald's right down the street. Get a job, work part-time, save your money, and get that sports car. And you know what she said?
Those uniforms are so ugly.
What are you going to do with this generation?
There has been a fundamental shift. This generation has the power. Hi. How are you?
What?
Hi. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. You're dropping stuff, techie boy.
Yeah, that's cool. Hi.
Hi, I'm Meagan.
I recognize you.
You recognize me.
I do. I saw you on a video.
You saw me on a video.
Yeah, in a new employee orientation.
New employee orientation. You're one of our new employees?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, it's great. Well, welcome. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
Welcome here. Welcome.
And you're the CEO.
Yes, I am the CEO. Yes.
Top person.
The top. Well, that's not the name on my card, but thank you. Yes,
That's really
yes.
cool.
Good.
You live around here where you live?
I do. I live over on 24th Street and about Lincoln. Yeah.
Oh, I live up in that area.
You live there, really?
Yeah, with my parents.
Oh, with your parents. Yes, yes. Okay.
And yeah, this is cool. Now, you using a Mac here?
I do have a Mac. You know what? The people, my wonderful staff sets it up for me. Yeah, definitely.
This is cool. I don't know. Maybe we can hook up, on Facebook.
Hook up on where?
On Facebook.
Well, we're face to face right now.
Yeah. No. Yeah, on Facebook. You know.
Oh no.
I'll send you the link.
Oh, send me a link. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I will. Cool. And maybe we can ride to work together.
Ride to work together.
Yeah, I got a motorcycle.
A motorcycle. Well, that would be that's a possibility. That's always a possibility. Yes.
I'll give you a ride if you need one.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Anything
Yes.
I do to help.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I gotta get back to class.
Yes. You probably. Yes. They
Nice
like you better.
talking to
Yes.
you. Cool.
Oh.
To me, a very powerful concept that was taught to me by my daughter Meagan when she was little. She was back in the 70s, and I was in the construction business at the time and was doing okay, kind of operating on a shoestring until 1974. And then the recession came with the gas lines and with Nixon's resignation, and construction came to a halt. And I didn't have one contract. I didn't collect one paycheck for more than a year. And that's a long time, especially since my wife had been laid off from her job, and so we were getting along on a little bit of unemployment and eating into our savings. And Meagan, who I tend to spoil, at least I thought so, she continued to want things. And she'd say, well, Daddy, can I have a new bike? I'd say, well, no. Well, why not? Well, we can't afford it. Well, what does afford mean? Well, that means we don't have the money. Well, I saw money in your wallet. Well, that's for other things. Well, we can't spend on a bike. Why not? Well, we got more important things. There's nothing more important than a bike. And it went on that way, and my wife, CJ, overheard us having one of these conversations, and she said, Larry, why don't we just include Meagan when we pay the bills? She could write out the checks, and she can see where the money goes. Now, this was a long time ago. I was a lot younger man, and I had a lot more testosterone in my veins. I think it's kind of all drained out now. But it kind of insulted my pride. I said, "What? Open my checkbook to my kid? I don't think so." And my wife said, "Well, why not?" And I said, "Well, she wouldn't understand it." And CJ said, "Larry, what's there to understand? 0 is 0. Well, I finally realized she was right, as usual. So we sat down one evening at the dining room table, and I took a bunch of these little blocks, these Lego blocks, and I put them on the table, and I said, "Now, sweetheart, let's pretend that each one of these is $1. And she understood the concept of $1 because that was her weekly allowance. I said, "Here's how many dollars we get every month." And she went, "Wow, that's a lot of dollars." I said, "Just a minute." I said, "Here's how many dollars we have to send to the bank, because we really don't own our house. The bank does, and they just let us live here as long as we send them this money. And they'll kick us out if we don't send it." I said, "And here's how many dollars we have to send the bank, because they also own our car. And here's the little bit we have left to have food and to eat, and we spend that every month. Until mommy or daddy gets a job so we can put more dollars in, that's kind of the way it is. And if you've got any ideas, I'd like to hear them." Meagan didn't say a word. She got up and she went into her room. And she came out with her piggy bank. She said, "Here, Daddy, this help?" I got to tell you, I thought I would cry. Anyway, after I took the piggy bank, just kidding. But it was real heavy. I said, "Where'd you get all this money?" My gosh. Yeah, Ray, I could have told you why and asked for your input and your ideas and made it part of you to be part of this project. Now, in leading and managing other people, this principle applies to anybody, but especially applies to Generation X because of their independence and the fact that they sort of been operating on their own since they were in grade school, that they need to understand that big picture, because if they think what you want them to do is stupid or has no point, you're going to get a lot of pushback, or they just flat won't do it. And so the tip I offer to you is working with Generation Y or X is to tell them why.
Baby boomers, as you have aged, you become nostalgic. It's true.